There they are. It's Matt and Navah. I apologize. I don't know how we crossed wires, but I've been sitting here talking about spreading love about you people for a couple of minutes. Can they hear us? I don't think they can hear us yet. I'm going to continue to spread love on them while Traven helps them to figure it out. Maybe I should call Matt. We'll let them figure it out for a second and see that if they can. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And we can hear you now too. I was just saying, I've been saying spreading love about you for the last few minutes. Well, I don't know how we got our wires crossed, but
we got 10:40.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
Oh, no. That's probably us. But hey, you're here, and hopefully you have something to sip on. You guys both look great for having been in isolation for this long.
It's the quarantine tan.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's the quarantine tan, right?
I don't know about that.
So I wasn't sure if you were going to be joining.
You're wearing
What's that?
You're wearing an Ed Asner Family Center pin.
I am. I'm wearing my pin. I always think to do that when you guys are on, but usually I'm already at the office and I'm like, dang it, I don't have my pin, but you see I'm home. So I thought about it and I was like, oh, I'm going to run upstairs and get it.
I'm proud of you.
Your hair looks great. I thought you said you shaved the, no.
Look, I've shaved all this and I keep shaving the back. Jem will tell you, anytime somebody asks about my hair, he goes, yeah, it looks okay from the front for the moment. But if you look at the back, you can see where it's gone off the rails.
Brutal honesty of children.
Yes, the brutal honesty. Okay, so I've been telling them all about how you guys are amazing and how you started this amazing center where we all feel like home. But where I want you guys to pick up is that, I think you guys had reached this apex in February where you guys were having these events and they were the most amazing. We are still talking about the Valentine's Day dance and how amazing it was for everybody. Like, we're all like, oh, we miss it. And then this happens. And a lot of people would have been like, well, we'll see you in a couple of months, but not you guys. You have been busy. Tell us what's going on at the center now.
Well,
I don't think we had a choice. I don't think, people spoke and I think we listened. I think as much as we are here doing exactly the same thing as all of you guys with special needs kids, the parents were saying, don't abandon us, don't leave us hanging, and especially the kids who are coming are, on a regular basis, for them to just stop everything and unplug their social connection, it could be detrimental. And behaviors going up the wazoo. I mean, we are having those same issues in our house. We're having behaviors. Eddie was having tantrums like he hasn't had since he was a little kid. And now he's 180 pounds having tantrums. And for the first couple weeks, he said that I created the coronavirus.
It was all Navah's fault.
And he was telling me, Mom, why did you create the coronavirus? I just want to go to the bowling alley. Why did you do this?
Oh, bless his heart.
And that's the thing. This is hard for everyone. It's
hard
for everyone. I mean, I'm having a hard time with this. I don't know about you, Shannon, but I'm having a hard time. And so Navah and I would wake up every day and we'd say how every day it's like this is just 2 weeks ago really when we started doing this.
It's been months, it's been years.
It feels like it's been a year. But we looked at each other and we said, how can we make a difference? How can we make a difference from home? How can we make a difference, doing that for something from home? So we started looking into everything and we really, wanted to virtualize the center. And so we've done that. We still have a ways to go. And this is a learning process for us just as much as anyone else. But I think we've done a good job at kind of presenting what we do virtually. We have incredible content coming from all of our instructors, people who handle classes. I don't know if you've seen the Music with Judy class yet.
I have not seen it, but I've heard stories about how amazing it is.
Well, we got a video the other day sent to us from a woman in Middletown, Pennsylvania.
I saw that.
I mean, to me, that was an incredible moment for me. I looked at
Right?
it and I just thought, well, okay, all right, this is good. This is
We're
something
doing
good
what
is happening
yeah,
out of
we're
this.
doing what
And for people who haven't seen the video, tell them what this mom sent you.
Well, she sent us a video of her son, Xander. His name is Xander. He's in first grade in Milltown, Pennsylvania. Her son Xander, just really enjoying this this video of Judy Langdon, who's our music therapist, doing her show. And so for some of our instructors, we are doing straight, like almost like a television show.
Mm-hmm.
For other instructors, they feel more comfortable with a Zoom kind of thing. So we're doing that. And it's interesting to see what works for each one, because there's some, I think there's some, like Alan Bruni is our drum circle
remote
guy.
drum.
And he's such a magnetic personality that we thought, and drums, we thought, let's not have it as a Zoom, but that would be crazy, having a drum circle on Zoom. That would be nuts. Having a Zoom anyway is nuts, but
Right.
having a drum circle would be really nuts.
Chaotic.
So he has such a great personality that we thought, let's have him kind of do, 15 minutes for people to just kind of have fun in a living room with him. And then the same thing happened with Judy Langdon. And we have a new nickname for Judy Langdon. It's Miss Rogers. That's Navah. Navah came up with that. That's all Navah.
Well, Judy has a brother who has autism, and she has been working with us for a long time. And she really is, she has this magic touch, and she has specifically worked with a lot of nonverbal kids and absolutely blown me away in their progress with her. And she's our new camp director.
I heard that, which is awesome.
God willing, I don't even like to think ahead,
right?
But Judy really, she's very interactive with the kids, even though it is a show. She makes it really something that you can follow her, and it's very easy. It's very upbeat. And then we have our special needs physical fitness instructor, Liz Corral, who does an amazing, really easy to follow physical fitness program. And I think her next live show is on Thursday. And she's been working with our kids since last year. She really tailors the show for her group. So Zoe really wasn't into it. And she brought her in with the idea that they were zombie hunters and they were gonna catch zombies. So they're doing a lot of, very wonderful physical fitness techniques, but they're doing it with role play. And
that would have been the way to get me to work out when I was a kid.
Right?
But it wouldn't have been.
That's the way to get me to work out now. Who are we kidding?
It wouldn't have been zombies. It would have been like Star Trek or Star Wars.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, hey, you're Skywalker and you're, going against the Imperial stormtroopers.
I think the exciting thing, though, is that these kids are now having something to look forward to, because the hardest thing is, as parents, having to entertain, we're having to be teachers, we're having to be entertainers, and it's actually, I think, harder in a smaller group when parents are calling me saying, look, I'm trying to keep the balls in the air 24 hours a day, and it's just it's the pressure on the parents is getting more. So one of the things that we did was, you've met Chelsea Darnell, who's our social director, like in the Love Boat, and
she is amazing.
And so Chelsea didn't want to give up the connection that she'd created with her teens and adults, so she's doing a movie chat. So they watch a movie, and then every Saturday night they get together, really fun social group.
And everyone can join that, by the way. Yeah. I join it, and everyone can join it.
It's for the 18 and over social club, but we've had, parents and we've had siblings, and they discuss the movie that they've all watched, and then they discuss which movie they should pick for next week. And the first couple have been really successful, and I think they're watching Ferris Bueller this
Ferris
week, right?
Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, wonderful. I know last week you guys did Groundhog Day, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically what we're living now.
Exactly. I was going to say it's very apropos. So, okay, before we get too far away from this, where can people find the schedule and how do they sign up? What do they have to do? How do they register? Is there a cost? How does this all work?
Well, first of all, everything we're doing right now until we get through all this is completely free.
Amazing.
The only thing that they can that actually will cost a little money is we have, and we haven't talked about this. We should talk about this. We have one of the situations that we were very worried about was a lot of our therapy patients that come in for therapy, the counseling session, and it's like, what do you do? What happens when this kind of unprecedented thing happens? So we
because you need it more, not less.
Yeah,
of course,
exactly.
of course, and we wanted to figure out how to do that, and so we quickly did it, and we're accepting telehealth patients now, and it's interesting because I'd never known anyone who'd done that, and actually our son Will ended up doing not with us but with someone else, a telehealth session, and it really worked well for him. I thought it really worked well
I've
for
done
him.
it many times.
So really?
Yeah, because if you're using a healer in another state or whatever, you Skype in.
Yeah.
That's a big business with Skype.
But it, so.
But it's not a big business with us.
No.
Because of
It's
the
not.
situation. We've had a lot of patients and parents reach out to us and say, like you say, my anxiety level has quadrupled. All of ours has, insomnia. It's very hard to sleep at night because that's when you let yourself kind of, allow yourself to spin a little bit. But we're taking families as they come, and we're not turning anybody away based on I can't afford my regular telehealth payment.
Okay, so for the therapies, the telehealth, there is a charge for that, but what people can afford or sliding scale or something, and then for all the things for kids, free.
Everything enrichment for free.
Amazing.
And that's something that we really wanted to to give to the community, because it's just we're all in this together, and we gotta help ourselves get out of this. This is uncharted territory, and we all have to be together on this.
Yeah. Well, our question of the day today is, or the topic for the week is, what are you passionate about? And I said before we had you guys join us that you are two passionate people. And one of the things that I've seen is that in this emergency, passionate people have not said, okay, well, I'm just going to go home and sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Don't get us wrong. We're doing that too in downtime, right?
We're everything on Netflix, I think.
Right. But passionate people have said, okay, how can we do what we were doing in a bigger way? How can we do it online? How can we get to more people? And I'm so proud of the two of you, because we've always said that the Ed Asner Family Center had to be something that had legs and had to be able to get to people in Pennsylvania and other places. And you chose this moment in the emergency to step up and find the way in all these things that you're doing. I'm so proud of you. I could just burst because it's so amazing.
You're doing it too.
Well, I think, thank you. And we're trying to, and it's that, I know, you asked how I'm doing. For me, this has just made it so that there are more opportunities for me to do the thing that I know that I'm supposed to do, which is help support, and help connect people to things like what you're doing. So that's, as long as, when I'm at work, it's great. And work is intense, as you guys know, because we're working around the clock. And then I get to be with my kiddo, and that's intense. And then you're right, I go to bed, and then it's like, oh, and then it all goes, wow.
Oh,
yeah. Because we're sane, and it would be insane to be any other way. And that's just the truth of it. But I am so proud of you guys. So where do they go? Where do they go to sign up and find the schedule and know, okay, this is when the music class is, and this is when the drum circle is?
Well, the great thing about this is that if they haven't seen any of the classes, we're starting to archive our classes. So You can actually just anytime you want go on and do a drum class or do a music class, even a class with Liz. So I would check our website. The schedule will be on our website under Stay Inspired. That's the kind of catchphrase that we have. Stay Inspired.
Okay.
Stay in, like
stay in
inside.
Inspired. I love it.
Stay in.
But go to, what's the website for the center?
It's edasnerfamilycenter.org. And
okay, edasnerfamilycenter.org.
Yeah, and you'll find it there. Okay. Also, like us on social media. All of our stuff is promoted on social media. Our YouTube channel, which is Ed Asner Family Center on YouTube.
And for any telehealth or mental health questions, you can reach our mental health director, Chrissa, at Chrissa, CHRISA, at edasnerfamilycenter.org.
Okay, and now I want to say this before we forget too, so all those classes for your kiddos are free and you can be accessing them wherever you are in the world. And they're not charging for those things, but for everybody who is listening, obviously, they're trying to keep the lights on. So if you have some coins between your couch cushions and you're like, I would like to support what's happening here. And I would like to give, $10 for someone else, another autism parent, to be able to receive services, have it go towards that, or have it go towards these teachers. Donate, folks, because if everybody, who is going to participate donated $1, it would be life-changing for what you could do at the center, would it not?
Thank you for mentioning that, because I mean, like I said before, we've never been through anything like this, and I've been a fundraising for many years now, and I'm really at a loss. I mean, I really am. I'm being honest here. I think as a fundraiser, you just have to put it in the back seat. And like you said, I mean, we need to raise money because we need to keep the lights on. You're right, we do. And
our goal is to keep our specialists, employed, because these guys,
and they have to get groceries.
They're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. Well, I mean, some of them, they certainly are, but that's not what I meant.
They still have to feed themselves and their families. That's the reality.
Our mantra is, we went into this saying, we're not going to turn off the lights during this. We're not going to lay people off. We're going to employ people through this whole thing as much as we can.
Right.
And create something out of what we have. Of what we've been given here. So that's why we have the virtual classes. But it's important that, you look around and you see people are giving money to the COVID-19 fund and to feed people. And certainly that is extremely important, because we're in a spot. We're really in a spot. And people don't have the disposable income they had a month ago. A month ago. So it's a difficult situation, but if you do have an extra couple bucks, please, send them to the Ed Asner Family Center, because we do need to keep the lights on.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you find that it's meaningful to you when if you take your kiddos to a class, one of the things I was supposed to say today, because every day we have an activity for the families, and I glossed right over it. I was so excited to have you guys on. But my activity that I wanted to talk about today is making yourself a virtual schedule, a visual schedule for the day, so that your kiddos know what's happening, you know what's happening. And we have all kinds of examples on autism-live's Pinterest page. Great. So that, examples of how you would do it for a young kid, examples how you would do it for a teenager or an adult, interactive things that show that they're done, things that don't. You could do it magnetic, you don't have to do it, whatever you want to do. But to fill in the time slots with things you want to do. And here's the Ed Asner Family Center. And you can say, okay, we're going to do an art class at 10 o'clock. And all you have to do is go there and click the button, and your kids are in the art class. And if you find that that's valuable to you, and I know that you will, asking for you to give whatever you can. And literally, if that is $1.50, if everybody did that, that would be life changing. So there you go. I know that you guys aren't asking for it, so I'm going to ask for it for you, because that's if people have it, it's a great place to give to.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And so, but there's also something else that you guys started to do that I'm really excited about and proud of you guys for. You've been talking for a while about doing your own show from the center. And
Yes.
now you have. Talk about the center at home.
Yes. Well, talk about forcing our hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
Right?
It's something that we wanted, and we talked to Shannon about
yeah,
even before
we
we
wanted
had
to do
our
this for a
brick and
while.
mortar. Now we have all the time in the world to.
Well, I think we have something to talk about now. I mean, I think
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
the idea was that we wanted to start this and say, hey, we're in this, everyone's in this together.
Right.
This is the great equalizer.
Mhm.
Everyone's going through the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's struggling through this. And so how do we communicate that? How do we talk about that? And so last week we had John Elder Robeson on and Alex Plank on. And I don't know if you've been reading, if you're friends with John on Facebook or not, but
Yes.
he writes these incredible posts that are very insightful and moving. And it's just really something to read. And his anxiety is really plaguing him about this, I think, and as it is everyone.
Yeah.
And so that's something to talk about. So this Friday we're going to do a live show again on Friday, and I think it'll
What
be
time?
Fridays. What time?
3
o'clock on Friday.
Okay, fabulous.
3 p.m.
Color me there. If it's at 3, I can be there.
Maybe you can join us.
Well, I'll have to come and go because we have other things, but at 3 o'clock I can be there. I don't have anything where I'm live at 3 o'clock, but I was saying to you, there were so many things you were doing last week that I was like, I want to come to that, but we were doing things at the same time. And I know, like we all got to do our thing, but I want to come to your stuff.
Your pal, DJ Dave, who did his party, but he had an idea that we're working on now.
Working on a new idea
that I think
okay,
even better. And
yes.
I know James will love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I know it was like one night here and we're trying to get moving through all this. My family is not known for the movement thing, but we're trying to like shake things up and take advantage. And I'm trying to be on the elliptical every day, but we're trying to move as a family too. So we've been putting music on and dancing with our kid and inspired, might I say, by how much fun we had at the Valentine's Day dance. And so one night we were just dancing and whatever. And I thought this would be fun to do with other people. And so I was texting you guys and going, what are you doing about this? And you said, it's funny. We were just talking about this. But then the very first one that you had was on World Autism Awareness Day. And I was preoccupied. And if it had been anybody other than Temple Grandin, I would have been there. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was preoccupied with Temple. So I did not get to dance. I did not get to shake my wild thing. And your brother, DJ Dave, is amazing as a DJ. So I can't wait to hear what you're going to do next.
Well, we'll let you know as soon as we know.
Okay, I will take that.
We're working on something, and
we are,
and I'm hoping that it comes to fruition, and we'll let you know.
We are in our Center at Home show. We are taking questions from parents, from autistic individuals, from anybody who has a question that a lot of people are struggling, and that's the main thing. Is we want people to feel like you still have a community.
Yep.
And you're not alone in this. I know a lot of parents are writing to me in the middle of the night and expressing to us what they're going through. And I think, because we have the family unit that we have, it's a little unique, because each one of our kids is so different from each other.
Yeah.
Aviva moved in with us, so we have our millennial who's back in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of dishes.
A lot of dishes.
A
lot of garbage.
A lot of
yes.
food prep.
When you're home a lot, there's a lot of garbage.
Cooking, the ordering the groceries and the cooking, it's like overwhelming, right?
And 3 kids in 3 different schools with 3 different online, daily. Now we're on spring break.
Let's talk about that.
Right, us too. Yeah, let's talk about that.
So schooling, what's going on with this? I mean, really, it's crazy. I don't know how how Jem's schooling is, but
They're
you
on
know,
spring break too, thank God.
They're on spring break too,
too.
yeah.
But you know, my feeling is this: I'm you know, our kids aren't homeschooled,
Yeah, not mine either.
and we're in a situation where our school, our Will and Eddie's schools are not on this kind of virtual classroom thing. They're on this kind of bizarre, you know, oh, do this and that and that and that, and schedule out. And I'm like, well, hold on a second, you know, that's not going to work.
Right.
You know, it's not.
You're working parents.
Yeah, it's not going to work, and we need to figure this out. So I think they're finally starting to figure that out, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, this caught a lot. Everyone flat-footed, and
Oh yeah.
And it's a big problem. And I've heard, from what I've heard, like 60%, like around 60% are not doing any schooling at all. And so where does that leave them? Where does that leave us for the school year?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think it's the number one question that we're getting at Autism Live. Is parents concerned about their kids getting behind, about them being expected to suddenly now be the teacher for the educational piece, and other times that school is like, well, here's the video link, set your child in front of the computer, and let's hope that it all works out. And this is a child who is nonverbal and needed an aid, and where's that?
It's just
that we're just like, suddenly they don't have autism anymore, and they suddenly are gifted with the knowledge of how to interact when we're all trying to figure out how to interact in this format. I know we're gonna have Bonnie Yates on day after tomorrow talking about this new, I don't know if you know this, that in the stimulus package, there was a little thing in there that gave Betsy DeVos, our Secretary of Education, the ability to have 30 days to tell the schools what to do. And that we are in the middle of that 30 days before they tell them what to do. So it's going to get interesting.
Well,
oh, wow.
Betsy DeVos, I could go on for many, many years.
Yes, I have nothing to say.
Yes, I'm being nice here.
Right.
Being nice. But I will say this, that when all of a sudden this forced homeschooling is it's rocky, because parents and children have a dynamic that teachers and children don't have. So there's a dynamic that enters into it all of a sudden when a parent takes over that role. If they haven't been taking it, if they haven't been handling it before, when a parent takes over that role, you've got a dynamic that's never been there before. And I mean, I can't even imagine how some people are doing it. I really can't.
I can't either. And many aren't. Many have said, this is not reasonable.
It's not reasonable.
I'm not doing it.
You're bringing in such a higher level of stress into the household that's already stressed out. The kids are already, up in the air because their structure is off and their regularity is off. And then the parents are frustrated. The parents are exasperated. They're trying to help and they're frustrated. And so it's a recipe for disaster for everyone to have behaviors, the parents and the kids. And, I've been saying on the show, and I've been saying to all my friends, do as best as you can and give yourself a break. And that's all you can do right now, because we're in an emergency situation, and nothing is going to change in 3 months of even if the kid gets behind a little bit. It's not worth ruining the day in your household.
I'm with you. There are two resources that I've been saying to parents that if they're not liking what the school is dishing out, or if the school is dishing out nothing, that especially here in Los Angeles, PBS has taken their 4 PBS channels and devoted during the day each channel to a different age group, and putting curriculum aligned, fun, interactive stuff on their channels. So PBS Kids, which I think is amazing. And then look in your local area to see what they're offering. But the other thing, which was, years ago, Temple Grandin told me about, is khanacademy.org, KHAN. It's for your kids. It's video learning, but it's interactive. It's not what the schools are doing. It's amazing. Try it with your kids to see if they're interested in it. Many kids will be. And they have curriculum from pre-K up past 12th grade. But I say, don't fight with the school right now. If what they're doing isn't working, abandon ship. Because I'm with you, Navah. It's not worth having your kids be frustrated.
Oh.
Although I have to say, I was really proud of myself the other day.
Yes.
Because I sat down with our 11-year-old and I was doing math with him, and I couldn't figure it out. So I went to YouTube and actually took a quick lesson, and actually, we ended up actually getting it done.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Quick lesson. But it's the kind of soul crushing moment in life when you start to do this math that you know a 7th grader does or a 6th grader does, and you realize that you cannot do this math.
Yeah. But Jeff Foxworthy would tell you he had an entire show about, are you smarter than a 5th grader? And no one ever won. So the answer is we are not smarter than a 5th grader. Hey, we've got people writing in saying things. They're saying, thank goodness for people like this who recognize that this is even more important time to keep their resources open. So thank you for that. They want to know if you guys are recommending or suggesting any adaptive aids to help kids grip drumsticks. Do you guys at the center, or do you, because I know you do a lot of music stuff. We featured before on the show something called Easy Hold that's for pencils and spoons and things like that. But do you guys recommend anything?
Yeah, I mean,
he has a special glove.
Yeah.
That that the Remo Alan Bruni had brought you know, additional equipment with him. We haven't had the need for that yet. The only kind of adaptive equipment is some kids are over stimulated by the sound and they wear headphones. But we'll ask Alan that, because that's a really good question.
I think the gloves are certainly something that kind of make it more tactile, and they're a little more able to kind of hold the stick and use it. So
drumming is great for our kids. So yeah,
it's interesting.
Absolutely.
We were just watching American Idol last night, and there was a story about a
boy with
fragile X, and
yes, we saw that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yes,
see something like that on TV. We were like, oh, how great, how wonderful.
Yes, amazing, absolutely.
Now I'm rooting for her.
And me too, because she's pretty fabulous. She's the one who has the name that's something like, we wanted her to change it. It's like Washa Masha Fasha. Something whack-a-mac or whack-a-mole, something.
Whack-a-mole, that's it.
Something like that. She's amazing. Everybody check out American Idol and support her. Because her brother was there and she's a good sibling. And she said, it's more about my brother than anybody else. Loved it.
And I was thinking about, because he was drumming. He was,
with her. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've only got like 2 minutes left. I just want to make sure. Ed Asner Family Center. It's not is it? What's the website?
The website is edasnerfamilycenter.org.
Okay. And go there, and if they click on the inspiration, stay inspired. Sorry, and they can find things.
Any mental health questions, go to Chrissa, CHRISA @edasnerfamilycenter.org. We want to help you guys with telehealth. We want to give you support, but we can't give you support unless you call in and tell us that you want to sign up and that you need help, and we're not going to turn anybody away.
Wonderful. We have a teacher who just wrote in and said that she said, I want parents to know that we love our students and are doing our best. This is all new for us. And we do know that.
Oh, absolutely. Let me just say something about that. Teachers are the heroes of the world.
Yeah.
And I have nothing but respect. And if anything, this should you know, this should
double
highlight how teachers are, because all of a sudden the parents have to be the teachers and not teachers.
Right.
So it's you know, they're special, incredible heroes of the world. And
and they need tools so that they can do the thing that they need to do, and training, because this is a different format, but the teachers are not the problem.
They have support in the classroom.
Yes.
Support for the kids. The kids have one-on-one aids sometimes.
Yes. So that's what it's not. Yeah, we love the teachers. Absolutely. Okay, you guys, we've so enjoyed having you here, and thank you so much for the work that you guys are doing. And I can't wait to hear all the people now who find your classes and are able to do them who aren't in the Los Angeles area.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.